Welcome to Job Sports on Job Media. This is our first ever production, and my name is Shulis. You can also call me Amin, and my co-host Don Pablo. All right, so today we have five things we'll be talking about. But before we go into the business of the day, I'd like you all to follow us on Job Media on all social media platforms: YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. You can follow us on Job Media. All right, so let's enjoy this. Let's enjoy Higher Higher. This is the official song for World Cup 2022 in Qatar. Let's enjoy it for a while. We're back and we go into business. All right, so welcome back again. So my name is Shulis. You can also call me Amin. My co-host Pablo. So today we'll be discussing Ruben Amorim, Manchester United, and also Marcus Rashford. We'll also have a short conversation on Boxing Day fixtures in the Premier League tomorrow. We'll also talk about Joe Mohammed's impact on sports when he swore in as president on January 7th. And also, finally, we'll also have a short discussion. We'll also have a short discussion on an upcoming tournament. It's a churches football tournament. We'll also talk about that separately. Um, so before we talk, I'd like my co-host to at least introduce himself a bit, then we go straight into business.
Thank you. My name is Pablo, as you said, and we all love sports. That's why we are here to let people know more about the sports world. Yeah. So you can get rolling. As you said, we are talking about Manchester United.
All right. So I would like this to be in a form of like a conversation form. We want to have a conversation. We like to understand each other, and all of us should bring our ideas. Our listeners at home too. You can also put in all your anything you have in mind in the comment section. I'll look at it, and next time I come live, we'll also discuss about that. Right. So let's go straight to business. All right. So Manchester United. I mean, my team. We are struggling. We've been struggling ever since Sir Alex Ferguson retired in 2012. We had David Moyes, we've had Louis Van Gaal, we've had Michael Carrick, we've had Ryan Giggs, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Jose Mourinho, um, to Ten Hag, Ragnick, and now we are at Amorim. We we all love Amorim, to be honest. We've seen him with Sporting Lisbon. He came from Braga to Sporting Lisbon, and then when he came to Sporting, I mean, the good work he has done there, Victor Gyökeres and all those guys over there. Now, United decided to go for him. He has come. So far, he's brought in his system, his three-back system. But then it seems we are still struggling. I mean, especially in the Premier League. We just got knocked out of the Carabao Cup. We are struggling in the Premier League. In the Europa League, it's not that better. Fine, we are in the qualifying stage, but it's still not that better. So my question here is, Ruben Amorim, do you think Ruben Amorim can make Manchester United better, can take us back to the glory days? Or do you think it's just going to be the usual? After 2 years, he's going to get sacked and then another manager is going to come in?
Well, United is also my team, though. So I'm also feeling the pain the way you also said you are feeling. We've had several coaches within the years, and as Amorim said, he needs to see changes in the team. We've had similar players over these years, as Amorim said, we've had similar players, similar positions, similar like everything. That's why I'm sure he has problem with some of the players in the team so far. And I know he has potential. Yeah, he has potential because to see what he did with Sporting, I mean, Sporting beat Manchester City in the in the UCL. That's a big deal. Yeah, that's a big deal. And he also led Manchester United to beat um, Manchester City. That I think last 2 weeks or so. Yeah. So if you look at his tactics, I think he plays 3-4-2-1. Yeah, a 3-4-2-1 formation. He he usually likes to work with the defenders mostly, and the midfielders out wide. So with the formation he uses, he needs better defenders and midfielders who can drop back to help strengthen the defense, because we know our keeper is good though, but in some places he makes mistakes and he isn't able to like make the game more lively. But we need more defenders. Yeah, we need more defenders at large. So I think the players are the problem now that we have in United. The players, because looking at Ten Hag's time, we know our defense wasn't that good. Yeah, our defense wasn't that good. We were flopping totally. But when Amorim came in, I admit we've lost some matches and we've won some matches. Yeah, but there's been a slight impact. Some matches are there when immediately they score, we lose confidence. I don't know if maybe it's because the players think, oh, like everybody is doubting them, everybody is thinking, oh, maybe they are bad. I think that's what's happening with Marcus Rashford right now.
Yeah.
He has fans all around him bringing negative vibes, negative thoughts in his head to leave the team and all this stuff. So I don't think the problem is from Amorim, but it's from the players as well.
But I know one thing is, I mean, we've invested a lot in Manchester United. I mean, if you look at all those managers that came in, I mean, when Ole came in, he sold some of Mourinho's players and he also brought his players, which in the first 2 years it was working. Then in the third season, when Ronaldo came in, I mean, when Ronaldo came in, things got disrupted and all the ideas collapsed. Then Ten Hag came in. I mean, when Ten Hag came, most of the players that were there under Ole were sold. So you realize that in our last game, majority of the players there were all Ten Hag's players. Majrari, Anthony, they are all Ten Hag's players. Even the ones that are not Ten Hag's players are Kobe Menu. Kobe Menu he was still promoted by Ten Hag. Yes, Garnacho was promoted by Ten Hag. Yeah. So, and it's one thing, the difference between Amorim and Ten Hag is that Amorim has stuck with the 3-back. When Ten Hag came to United, he wasn't playing the same tactics he was when he was back in Ajax. When the media asks him, he will be like, he doesn't have the players to play those tactics. But he bought those same players. You get it? So till now that Ten Hag came in and brought in so many players, it still feels like there are so many players in the club that I feel like still they're not good enough. So let's put the Rashford issue aside. I mean, you're a United fan, you love football and all that. If you look at Manchester United right now, I can tell you for a fact that there are so many players in that team that need to even go before Rashford. Rashford's issue feels like, I don't think Amorim is the reason. I don't think Amorim wants to get rid of Rashford. Because as a manager, I'm not even a football coach. I'm a journalist. But if I sit down, I know there are some certain players in that team that needs to go before Rashford. And now Rashford is like the topic. Me, personally, I feel like Serge Ratcliffe wants to get rid of Rashford because Rashford is on a very high salary.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've realized that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Because
true. I think he takes more than most of the players in the club a week.
exactly, yeah. I think the only player that takes more than him is Casemiro.
Yeah, Casemiro.
Yeah, and you realize that even Casemiro is not even starting matches of late.
And even if you rate he and Casemiro this season, I think he has done a lot better than Casemiro in terms of
Yeah, has even done a lot better than Garnacho.
Garnacho, yeah.
A lot better than
Højlund.
a lot better than Anthony. But why is it that these players are not frozen, but he's the one being frozen in the team?
So there's a question mark there.
Exactly, there's a big question mark there.
A big
And
question mark.
yeah, because if I'm Amorim today and you want me to sell players, I mean Anthony needs to go. Anthony needs to go. Harry Maguire needs to go. What's the name? Johnny Evans needs to go.
Yeah.
Luke Shaw needs to go. Dalot needs to go. What's the name? Malacia. He needs to go. I mean, just look at our last Premier League game. He's the reason you lost that game.
I think he made a comment after the Bournemouth game on Sunday.
Yeah.
He said most of the players are scared. Yeah, most of them are scared, and he thinks as a player, if you are not willing to play in the club, you need to leave.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's true. And you know, for someone who has been injured for a whole year, and you come back and then all the goals you conceded against Bournemouth came from your side. I think he was substituted in the first 45 minutes.
45
Yeah, Charlie.
Yeah,
So all these guys need to even go. If you come to our midfield, like for example, Eriksen, Casemiro, these guys are old. They need to even go before Rashford.
I mean, Johnny Evans is still in the team.
Yeah, exactly.
Johnny Evans.
So it feels like an agenda. And I mean, if you go on Twitter, I can just pick my phone right now and just go on Twitter right now, and I can tell you for a fact that McGodrick, there's this guy on Twitter. I mean, I've forgotten his name. The guy runs an anti-Rashford page on Twitter. He's a Dutch guy, and he's not even a United fan.
That's what I'm saying. Rashford has gotten all negative thoughts, talks about him. So it's like it's in his head. He's just I don't know.
Yeah, and then you know, it's like it feels like as if it feels as if somebody is the one running the agenda, because all of a sudden, the whole media hates the darling boy, the face of the club, and people want him to go out. And what even annoys me is that people want him to go out, and people want to replace him with Kvaratskhelia. I mean, Kvaratskhelia hardly scores goals or assists, and football is goals and assists that gives you. Yeah. So the Rashford agenda is, I don't get the Rashford agenda. And you see, with me, my personal with Ruben Amorim is, I mean, he himself knows a lot of players needs to go. You get it? And that three back, you see that 3-5-3 or 3-5-2 he plays, it can work in the Premier League. It can. But then you need the right players to be able to do that. So imagine playing a 5 midfield, and you are playing Malacia and Dalot. How are you going to win a match?
Malacia, I think his problem isn't that maybe he has just lost form or so. He just came back from injury, I think last month or so, and he played him on his first game. He's coming back to the team. He played him on his first game, so I don't think he's still recovering.
Yeah, but don't you think Eric Ten Hag, right? Ten Hag, don't you think he was a bit biased in his signings? Looking at all the Dutch players he bought.
Oh, he was. Every coach wants to sign his players.
Fine, you want to sign your players, and what if you bring the players and the players are not performing?
If the players aren't performing, you wouldn't blame them on your players because you are the one who signed them. Let's take Ruben for example. He wants to sign the Sporting striker. I'm hearing rumors about
Gyökeres, yeah.
If maybe he comes to the team and he doesn't perform better than our striker did, I mean, the blame wouldn't go fully on him.
Yeah, but
you have to blame the players.
But you know, football clubs, we have that's why we have a scouting team. You're supposed to scout players. So if you're not scouting players and you're going for your ex former players, then I think you're bringing the problem to the club. I mean, the only players Ten Hag has signed that has performed is Mazraoui. Yeah, Onana hasn't really performed to that level. He struggles most at times. And Zexi, I mean, I love Joshua Zexi, but then since he came to the club, he's a shadow of himself.
I mean, Martinez is also performing.
Okay, yeah, Martinez too. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Key passes and possession
Yeah,
in the game. He's also performing. I think he's even performing more than Dalot at the moment.
Yeah, Dalot has been terrible.
Dalot is a flop so far. So
Dalot is a very, very terrible player.
He's a flop so far.
So I mean, at this moment, as for this season, I mean, my hands are off the season because I know it's not gonna get better. If in case I'm even gonna win a trophy, it might be the Europa League, and even with that one, I still have my doubts. So what I'm trying to say is that Manchester United as a football club right now, we have our coaching issues, which right now we've gotten Ruben Amorim, which I think we need to give him a lot of time. I feel the players are also not good enough. What about the board? What about the non-playing organization? I mean, Ratcliffe. Or recently, Ratcliffe sacked was our football director, the guy we got from Newcastle. I mean, I've forgotten his name, but then we sacked him in less than 6 months.
6 months, yeah.
He's reducing.
Reducing their pay.
Yes, reducing their pay.
Some of them.
And the Christmas, they always have a Christmas party. Alent has cancelled that just to save money. You don't have money. Why do you want to build a Wembley of the North, a new stadium which is going to cost over £2 billion? So the question is, don't you think they are also part of the hierarchy? Is also part of the issue, especially the Glazers.
Well, you see, there's a saying, when the head isn't good enough, the tail also.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So the management isn't good enough. Yeah, we know. Compared to other teams, to other Premier League teams and to other La Liga teams, we know. But for the players, they should know that they are giving their best out. So if they are to go with what the managers do to them in order for them to bring impact or to perform well in the game, I don't think it sounds great, because we have fans, and the fans aren't they don't talk with the managers. The players are the ones who do. So if the fans talk to the players, like in comment sections, making them know that they are not performing well nowadays, the players have to forget everything that's happening in the club, all the problems they are facing, all the biased issues from the management, and just play their all. But I believe with the new signings Amorim wants to do, he's a very tactical coach. Yeah, he's a very tactical coach.
So let's say so still with the hierarchy, do you, in your personal opinion, do you think we made a mistake with Sheikh Jassim? Not selling the club to Sheikh Jassim. Do you think we made a mistake there, or do you still believe in Ratcliffe's ideas?
No. I believe Ratcliffe is a very biased man. To me personally. To me personally, I believe he's a very biased man, because you said it yourself, some players are in the team that need to go before Rashford.
Yeah.
Some players, and I'm even sure in the management, some people are there that they aren't performing, but he hasn't sacked them yet.
Yeah,
he hasn't sacked them yet, but he went to the extent of sacking the
director of football. Yeah, I've forgotten his name. Yeah,
the guy we bought from Newcastle.
Yeah, Newcastle. Yeah.
So I think
they had a misunderstanding there. I think this club, even if we maintain, I don't believe in Ratcliffe though. But even if at this moment you have no choice, but the Glazers have to go. Glazers, yes, they have to go.
That's true.
Before we move to another topic very shortly, I'd like us to finalize the Manchester United issue. Okay. So I'm still with Rashford, right? If you go on social media, you go on Twitter, boys are pulling agenda that he's the reason why our past managers, he sacked our past manager, he and Martial and Pogba and Jesse Lingard. I mean, if you watch Rashford's performance under Ole. He is the reason why Ole wasn't even sacked in his first 2 seasons. He's the reason why Ten Hag wasn't sacked in his first season. And it's also the reason why Mourinho wasn't also sacked earlier. He and Cavani and Zlatan. So if he was scoring goals for these two managers, how can you just put an agenda that he's the reason why? I don't get it.
For a manager to get sacked, you need the opinions of the fans, the management as well, and the players.
Yeah.
So if you just blame a particular player for all the damages that is happening in the team,
Yeah.
I'm making it feel like he's the cause of the problems.
Exactly. Yeah.
He's a human being. He has feelings.
Yeah.
I'm sure it would hurt him because
Yeah.
he has proven himself.
Yeah.
He has looking at the time of Ole and Ten Hag's first 2 seasons. Rashford was a star player. We thought he would maybe reach the level of Cristiano Ronaldo or Messi.
Yeah.
But players fall and rise. So
exactly. Yeah.
I know.
I feel like he just needs a new cloud to a new environment and stuff. All right, so my producer is telling me that we have just 2 minutes. I mean, this discussion can go on for a very long time because United has a lot of huge problems. But then, so I would like you guys to comment everything, put everything in the comment section, your feelings, what you think about Rashford, Amorim, and Manchester United. Next week when I come back live on, I'll read the comments and then we're gonna answer some good questions. So, once again, before I leave, please follow us on social media at Jab Media. So enjoy this song whilst we close.
Jab Media. We jabbing the world.